What's up, everybody? This is GiftTime and Bailu here on Rugby Sense with Flynn and GiftTime. This is where we take 5 minutes to talk about news and rugby news information happening here in the US of A.
Heck yeah. Another great week, some good rugby over the weekend. We're back at it, baby. Let's get after it.
Rugby Sense! Alright, let's go, dude. It's great to be back on another week. How'd your weekend go, man? It was Mardi Gras weekend. You've been getting hyped up about it.
New Orleans was good, man. Saw a bunch of nice people. Saw some really cool parades. Caught some beats. Man, it was a good time. It was a good time. How about yourself?
That sounds real passive. That doesn't sound like the Mardi Gras that I know. That sounds like some other Mardi Gras. That sounds like some family. Well, I said, how was your Mardi Gras, bro? got a little wild, got a little wasted, had fun, dude. It was just your birthday, so you know what? Big happy birthday, congrats.
Thank you. There's some details that you just got to keep to yourself.
True.
That's my plan.
What happened at Mardi Gras stays at Mardi Gras, unless it's herpes, because herpes is forever. Taking it in. Dude, it was a great weekend. Yo, let's get started right away. American Rugby Championships this past weekend, USA versus Argentina. The first of the round of, I guess, 5 games that the USA will be playing against Argentina, Canada, Chile, Brazil, and Uruguay. It's not a bad start, 35-35 start to this game. Let's put 5 minutes on the board. I actually have this set for 30 minutes. Let's put 5 minutes on the board. And, dude, what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, it was a tough game. I mean, not that too great a defense. You can obviously tell by the score and by both sides. But Argentina's a tough opponent. I mean, people, they did pretty well in the World Cup. So in themselves, they're a tough opponent, which I was really happy about. Todd Clever being back and him scoring in his first game back, I thought was awesome. But they need to kind of honestly just tighten down the D heading into the next game.
Yeah, dude, look, I got to say, this was one of those games that, obviously, I didn't think was going to be in favor for the U.S., but I haven't gotten a chance. I got a chance to go to the game, and it was neck and neck. Full on. I mean, U.S. scored early 10-0. Scored early 10-0. Dude, Taku, essentially. Ngoué, dude, came in hard. Like, that dude, you could see professionalism. It was night and day. That dude was just a speedster. He was everywhere on the field, just killing people, scoring early. It was freaking awesome, but you have to give a lot of credit to this USA team. Like, it's a young team. I legitimately did not think that they were going to be this effective. And even though it was a 35-35 score, like, the U.S. had a lot of chances to take this game. If it wasn't for fucking missed penalty kicks that killed it for this game, this could have been a USA win, but take the tie, deal with it with Argentina. I think they're going to be the USA's toughest competition. Yeah, maybe Canada, but I really feel like this is it. But I really liked what I saw. I feel like it's a different culture of rugby that's coming out. They seem aggressive. They seem ready to punch you in your mouth. And it was just a different level.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I feel like they did really. Like I said, they still have a sour taste in their mouth from the World Cup, so they were kind of just back out to prove themselves again.
Right.
But I do agree in their play. They were coming out, just coming out way more aggressive, way more high tempo, not really wasting much time getting after it. I was happy with how they played, but again, there's always room for improvement.
Of course, there is always. And you know what? That was one of the things that head coach John Mitchell and Blaine Scully said in their press conference. Essentially, it was like, we should have done better, and we should have won, and this is just a start, and yada yada. It was kind of boring because I really was like, look, I understand you need a win, but dude, be happy. Like, you guys played a kick-ass game with a lot of fucking new players. Like, it's not something that is necessarily easy, and the cohesion looked. I mean, there was moments where the team seemed a little out of sync, but for the most part, it wasn't bad, especially for like a week or two of being able to practice. Like, be happy, Blaine. Be happy. And John Mitchell, dude, I don't know what it is about rugby. I gotta say, every time a Kiwi or an All Black comes onto the stage, whether it's on film or anything like that, they're just hulking mass or big dudes. And then they talk, and it's like the highest voice ever. And I just, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's going on? It's like Mike Tyson coming up to the stage each time. And then you're like, intimidated. You're just like, holy crap, this dude's got to be like, okay. Like, John Mitchell, this dude's a big dude. But he's got like the softest voice I've ever heard for a coach. I'm like, throw some bass into it, man. Come on, like I want to feel that spirit. Right? Exactly. Like put some bass, but that's neither here nor there. But I found it just something funny. But needless to say, I hope this team gets excited. I really want them to get a culture of excitement going on. I think with the professionals, it was a great look. But I don't know what to really expect going into Canada this weekend. You know, all the professionals are going to be gone.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. I mean, you got the U20s up there as well. I mean, Canada's a tough opponent. I mean, they're not. I mean, they're no like England or Ireland or something. But in itself, they're still a pretty tough opponent. I mean, I think Argentina can take care of Canada, but the USA is going to have a tough time, especially in the U20 level. I remember watching I had a buddy in the game last year. First game they handled him pretty well. Second game they got absolutely destroyed. And I know I think they just need to. I mean, for the U20s at least, I think they need to just get past Canada, and then they're off to Zimbabwe for the World Cup or whatever, they're world champion, which is pretty cool. But I mean, say it again, man. It's the defense. You can't just be giving up 35 points a game if you want to win games.
This is true. All right, man. That was 5 minutes on the board. Dude, let's move on to the next subject. Pro Rugby. It looks like it's back in announcements. A lot of shit seems to have gone down with Pro Rugby, but it seems the biggest news is that Pro Rugby has finally found its 5th and final venue for this upcoming year. It's going to be in Ohio. There's also the other announcement that they're going to be placing one in Denver, a place that many people thought of. 5 minutes on the board, starting now, dude.
First off, happy to see that a team they're putting a team in the Midwest. That's big because there's some pretty good rugby coming out of Ohio. That's kind of no surprise. 1823 is out there, but more so Chicago has some pretty solid rugby, as does Wisconsin. Minnesota, I don't know too much about, but I know Indiana has some of the top high school programs in the country there. So I was really, really scared they weren't going to put any in the Midwest, which would have been a huge mistake on their part because those are some pretty large. Chicago, Cleveland, Cincinnati. You got some pretty big cities there who can contribute. But yeah, like I said, no surprise with Ohio. 1823 strong program. I'm sure the Tigers are gonna have strong ties. The Tiger Academy have strong ties to the team in Ohio. But 5 teams final now. Now just let's see it actually happen and games start being played.
Yeah, man, I think it's going to be interesting. I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit disappointed whenever I heard that it was going to be in Ohio. Not so much that I don't think the location has a lot of advantages, but I think it's still the concept of in attempting to create a pro team, you want to create also the presence and essence of a pro team. I think even despite all the pay and everything, they're supposed to be paying between $20,000 to $65,000 depending on your level of play. But I think Ohio is just not an interesting location. Like, it's not an interesting location. It's a boring place to hear, oh man, where do you play pro? You play in Ohio. It's not even like you play in Cleveland or freaking Cincinnati. You play in, like Diesel, Ohio or some shit like that.
It's a pretty no-name town, but I mean, I will say there's not much is cracking in Ohio, but I mean, still the talent pool in Ohio is pretty solid.
And that's true. I think, like you said, Tiger Rugby's out there or 1823, however you want to call him. It looks like Paul Holmes, who owns Tiger Rugby, will be either a direct contributor or at least will be a high consultant for that pro rugby team. But I think he's supposed to end up being the head coach for that team. So it's kudos to them. It's just, I would have liked to see one of these teams be in a market where there's a crap ton of people already there. Like, I know there's regulations and it's venues and we can all jack ourselves off with whatever bullshit that goes on. But it's just like, dude, like, it's the overall is not overtly interesting. But that being said, I'm happy that they have a team. Hopefully it puts this town on the map. I mean, who would ever think Cleveland, Ohio would be any place that anybody wanted to go? And still nobody really wants to go there. So I guess at least you're staying away from there. Cleveland has a team, so why not this place? So
I feel if you put a team in, I mean, yeah, it'd be cool to see them in a major city, but like Cleveland, like where would they play at? Probably like some shit high school stadium. Like,
and I think that's wherein lies the issue. There's always that problem. I think my bigger issue is even the fact that everything is so heavily to the West Coast. I don't know what happened, and it might be hearsay, but I'm still very confused why nothing was placed in Atlanta, nothing was placed in Dallas, nothing was placed in Houston. I mean, I can understand why Denver had a location. I don't understand why Sacramento had a location. Like, why do you have San Francisco and San Diego and Sacramento, but you couldn't even find a place to put it in Dallas or Houston or Atlanta or someplace in Florida? Like 4 locales that actually have venues that would suffice to World Rugby administration, and so I mean, again, and you have the talent pool and the regional aspect. Ohio regionally makes perfect sense, like you said. And by the way, Minnesota has a great high school program, just for your knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree. They shouldn't have put 3 teams in California. I even think 2's pushing it, but I don't agree that Florida should have got a team. I feel like Atlanta or Texas, or not Dallas or Houston should have got a team for sure. I think they did a kind of a bad job of where they put the teams, but I mean, again, it could be just based off like where they would play, or I mean, I'm sure there's some behind political stuff and why they were put there, but. No, I definitely think. I mean, hopefully it grows. I mean, that I guess that's
all we can hope for. I mean, look, hopefully it does what it's supposed to do and it kicks off. But you're right. Well, I only mentioned Florida as a result of just a different location that would be not over attractive, but preferably Dallas, because we already know AT&T Stadium is completely capable of holding rugby matches there, even if it might be too big for most, but. And Houston definitely has it, as we just had BBVA holding an event there, and that in Atlanta they have venues available there. So I just thought, and we never really talked about Denver, but you know what? I want them to actually officially announce Denver and not go through just a source. But I mean, I understand Denver because of USA Rugby being somewhere within nearby, and Infinity Park being right there too.
Glendale Raptors right there.
Exactly. So I mean, it would make freaking sense for them to do that. All right, man. That was our time. Ran over just a tad bit, dude. Let's talk about a question of the day. All right. Question of the week. The question of the week. The question of the week. The question of the week. It's the question of the week. Oh yeah. Alright. So the question, we're going back to one that we used this past week. Dude, what are the best and worst rugby videos? And instead of saying it for this month, what were the best and worst ones that you saw for this past week? Let's put 5 minutes on the board. Dude, hit me up. Let me know.
So the best one I saw was put on by Dartmouth Rugby. They got Madison Hughes in there. It's really cool. They give really nice B-roll of like all their championship trophies, and they talk about like the brotherhood on the team. It's really cool. Gets you really excited about like it kind of relates back to like the brotherhood you have with your own team. So I thought that was a really good, like, it was a minute and a half, I think. So really short to the point by Dartmouth Rugby. Whoever that video guy was did a phenomenal job. I really enjoyed it. Nice sentimental value to it. The worst was I came across this video. The quality sucks, and it's this guy. He makes like a break and then goes to dive into the try zone and just shits the bed, and the ball goes everywhere, and he messes up. Man, it was pretty funny.
Dude, I saw that when you showed it out, dude. That was like you just watch the ball, the knock on, just it's so bad. Yeah. It's like, dude, you had, not only were you diving in. Like, this is what you get for showing off. Like, you
what a loser.
Right, what a dork. mark, you loser. Nerd!
Really, I should go run some walk.
Oh, man. So for me, the best video that I saw this past weekend, I think a lot of people saw it, Sydney Sevens, USA versus New Zealand, Carlin Isles getting absolutely cleaned out. Just absolutely cleaned out. But what made it the best, and that wasn't what made it the best. What made it the best was that he got up and just started shit-talking the player. I don't care what he said at the press conference. He was shit-talking that dude.
Yeah.
It took him a second to get up because, you know, dude, Carlin Isles is a small guy. Like, he's not built to take hits like that. But, and it was a clean hit. It was a little bit high maybe, but it was a clean hit. But Carlin Isles got back up. He didn't get walked off the field. No staff came up. Got up, started talking shit, and doing it. Unfortunately, you know, the U.S. still lost 24-7 in that game, and that was Cup quarterfinals. But you know what? I appreciate good return back. You don't let them phase you.
Oh, yeah, you don't just take it.
You don't just take it. You let them know. You don't even let them phase you. So that was it. And then for my worst video, it was, again, related to New Zealand. Again, Sydney Sevens. I think we've all seen this one. New Zealand taking on Australia in the Cup finals. And New Zealand finishing the game. Last second game, everything on the line, 8 men on the field. Ridiculously, 8 men on the field. And it wasn't even like a subtle, it was a clear 8. I blame so many people. I blame the refs for that one, and I blame New Zealand for that, and the fact that we still have yet to hear whether or not they're going to get some.
AR? How are you a side ref? You can't count.
Can't count, yeah. Like, that shit makes no sense. Like, you're an awful person at what you do. You're a national, not even national, you're an international ref, and you can't fucking count 8 people.
Yeah,
Get the hell out of here with that. You know?
That just doesn't make sense. That's just stupidity at its finest.
Like, I don't care what language you use. Like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is sevens. Maybe something's not working here. See, and this is where conspiracies end up coming up, and now people will be like, "Oh,
they're fixing the game."
Exactly. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. But it was too. You have to go with it. 8 people on the field. You're just like, bruh.
Dude, seriously.
Dude, seriously. Come on, man. Come on. All right, man. Dude, there's still a minute 15 left on the clock, but I'm gonna cut it early. All right, man. Dude. Final thoughts for this week, dude.
Just dialing down for Mardi Gras still. Just resting up. I don't have school till Thursday, which is pretty sweet.
Nice.
Benefits of going to school down here, but just kind of getting my life back together. Getting back in that school work mindset, because I got a bunch of tests coming up, which is gonna suck. How about you, brother?
Oh man, dude, look, I just gotta say it was a couple of things. One, I gotta give a shout out to New Orleans, Crescent City, and the New Orleans crew. They put together the first one I've ever heard of in regards to rugby here in Louisiana. First Mardi Gras crew of Ruckus, shout out squad. Because they did a great job. There wasn't much. You just had to march and drink. We came up with the drink beer, play rugby. I loved it. You know, I was able to get some great shots and videos of them, so that was awesome. The other thing I wanted to say was the tailgates at the ARCs, whether it's Houston Athletic, over in doing their tailgate, or the Texas A&M Old Maroons doing their tailgate. Like, it was a good time, even though there was not a whole lot of people. Even though it sucked that my car got towed. Houston, you and I, we got beef. All right, we got beef now. We were cool, but now we got beef. But you know, it was all good. So we were able to do that, and then you know, last of course is Super Bowl. Like, my predictions that I had in my head failed horribly, so, you know, congrats to Peyton Manning and shit. Yeah, dude, that halftime show was, like, it was, honestly, take the game out of it, That was the worst presentation of an anniversary Super Bowl that I've ever fucking seen. Like,
yeah, I mean, dude, 50 years, you think they'd ball? I mean, Beyonce's a good performer, but yeah, I wasn't too like wowed with what she did.
Right, nothing was impressive. Like, even Bruno Mars, I was just like, dude, I feel like you're like half-assing this in. Like, nothing about it was great. Even like the roster entrance, did they do any visuals? No, they just put like a little thing on the side and were like, hey, here's your roster. There you go. Hey, how about some fireworks? You know, real like opening show. Really like tell us where's the opening programs. Nothing.
Yeah.
You know, as okay, maybe at the end, you know, maybe you're gonna really show it, or like I said at the halftime show, you'll show it. Nope, still nothing. So Super Bowl, you guys, NFL, CBS, you guys can screw yourselves because you made an anniversary really lame.
Yeah.
Really lame. You're not appreciating your spouse, alright? You're not appreciating your spouse. But yeah. But alright, man, dude. Another show through.
Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff.
This is Rugby Sense.
No nonsense.
And we're out. Yeah, that's a great one.
Peace.